Okay, so continuing, we sent our scout ship over to Alpha Hydra because, although it doesn't look like there's anything habitable here, because it's so close to our home system, we have it in our little bubble of green. And anything in the bubble is ours already. We don't have to put a colony there, we can just go build mining stations and whatever else there. That gas giant's actually worth some physics and society research. So he's going to the minerals, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and give him a mining network while we wait, because we have a lot of minerals kicking around, and you always want to keep your income outgoing. Because, after all, minerals can't turn into more minerals if you're just sitting on them. Oh, hi. I was busy explaining things, Collective. Calm down. Anywho. So yes, you can't make things without minerals. Minerals are needed to build all the things. And as you can see, consumer goods. We're currently making 4 units, which cost us 1.6 minerals a month. Now, it would normally be 2, because as a hive mind, each unit of population takes half a unit, well, every unit of, let me find it again, every unit of consumer goods takes half a mineral to make. But we have minus 20 per, what? The Regain Commerce Exchange. Hi? Hello, other plant. That does not look yummy. That looks like something that you'd throw out normally. Anyway, what do they have to say? I speak on behalf of the Regain Commerce Exchange? Okay. We have facilitated trade negotiations between interested parties on our starbase in the Entra system for more than 1,000 of your years. Wow. Well, that explains the coloration. If you happen to possess more minerals or energy than you need, we are more than willing to take it off your hands. You will be duly compensated, of course. Great. It's actually not terrible. Where are these people? Over here? Oh. That's 10.6 thousand military power. We have 100 military power. That's not prey. I don't know what our people are thinking on that. That is not a prey.
We have surveyed the system.
Okay. 4 energy, 5 minerals. It's actually pretty good.
We have surveyed the system.
There's habitables. Well, we're tropical. That's a tropical planet. Let's go survey that. Meantime,
our construction is complete.
There's another tropical. Let's go survey that. The 2 science ships. Let's get our construction ship back in. Ooh, 3 minerals. That's good. Now, as a hive mind, we get a little bit better base growth rate, as you can see.
Our construction is complete.
Okay. Anyway, as you can see, we do get a plus 25% growth rate just for being a hive mind. That can get a little out of hand very, very quickly. We're actually going to clear off this collapsed burrow, because that's where this next unit of population I want to have go in, because right now we're only plus 2 food. Now, that's not a big deal right now. We only have 1 planet, but we're starting to look at like these 2 tropical worlds as potential habitability sites. And once you start building colonies, you need to have excess food because
we have found an anomaly.
Sensor echoes have indicated the presence of some kind of unidentified object deep in the atmosphere of this gas giant. Again, 40% fail risk, and I'm just going to leave it alone. We currently have a no poking policy, because poking things is how you get, discovery of alien life, and a leader gained level. Wow, that's spectacular. Let's see. SGS Seeker vessel, very original name, guys, has made a startling find on Hydra 3. The planet is teeming with alien life. Alien life! For the first time in history, we have encountered life forms that did not originate on homeworld name here. This amazing discovery has silenced those who believe we were alone in the universe. Although none of the alien creatures found on Hydra 3 are sapient, it is likely only a matter of time before encountering beings that are. We may not be alone out here. Hey, 60 free society research. I'll take that. That's 10 months worth of research we just got for, you know...
We have cleared a blocker.
Not for clearing a blocker, that's what they have to say. But for just poking our head in and saying, oh, there's life there. You know, I downplay that, but if we were to do that, like, as humans... Oh, that's just... We have confirmed the existence of lower forms of life. You just told me this. Understood. Go away. If we had made that discovery on Earth, like let's say we send a probe out to Alpha Centauri, and one of the first planets we poke our head into has life on it, oh boy.
Is complete.
I just hope I'm alive to see it, because I'm sure it'll happen eventually. It's energy. Energy's not worth as much as minerals when you have it. Now, if you run out of energy, bad things happen. I believe it's like a minus 50% to all the things. The Yut Empire? The Ute Empire? I don't know. The Y guys. That's what we're calling them. The Y guys. We've recovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on Ruthari 5. Our scientists think they inhabited this region of stars roughly 6 million years ago. That's a long time. So, dinosaurs. The Y guy dinosaurs. Yep. Based on the age of the artifacts, the aliens called themselves the Yut and appear to have been very large and flat anthropod analogs. No, they're not dinosaurs. They're ants. Really, or millipedes. Really big millipedes. Yep. It seems a single individual could reach a length of nearly 100 meters as an adult. Okay, that's really big. And it was apparently exceedingly rare for more than 2 or 3 to travel aboard the same starship. Well, no kidding, it's incredibly rare. These things are 100 meters long. Now, a meter's about a yard, so that's... what? Almost a football field? Yeah, there's not going to be very many of those flying around. The precursors. Oh, my species descended.
Situation log is updated.
Descended from these guys, apparently. Okay, evolution. Riddle me this. How does this come out of a football-sized ant? I can think of one solution to that, and I am not okay with that idea. We've confirmed the first material traces of intelligent alien life on a full-on world. Cool, but they're all dead. Now, if I hadn't done this before, I'd immediately sit here and say, well, everybody could be dead, the galaxy's ours, great. Actually, really bad. We're going out looking for food. You don't get good nom-noms when everyone's dead. Class 12 asteroid orbits this moon. The small planetoid's orbit appears to be far too stable for its presence to be a natural occurrence. Cool. Only a 10% failure risk. Poke the thing!
We have surveyed the system.
Tropical.
Our construction is complete.
Really good tropical. Ooh, very good tropical. Holy crap. Okay, I will take you someday. Let's go explore the black hole. Also, by the way, these black holes look awesome. Given we have no idea what a black hole looks like yet. That's just a gorgeous image right there. Oh, towed asteroid. For some reason, someone has towed an asteroid into a stable orbit around that planet. The massive engine sections and braking thrusters can still be found on the surface. Wow. Well, they have long since been rendered inoperable. Whoever did this also mined the asteroid for minerals, but these operations were seemingly abandoned shortly after they begun. Interesting. Suspicious, but interesting. So if you ever wonder what the inside of a planet looked like, looks like that. So that's actually a really nice asteroid. Let's come over here and look. What's in this system? Well, there's a 3 minerals, and there's a 3 engineering. We like science. Let's go set up a research station there, and a mining station there. Now, the reason why I don't set up mining stations on habitable worlds is that once you colonize a planet... Well, okay, fine. That's a habitable world, too, before someone corrects me. But the reason why I don't put around habitable worlds that we can live on is that when you do put a colony there, it destroys any mining stations or whatever in orbit. And I don't like wasting resources like that. Unlike some governments, I don't like spending money pointlessly. Anywho, let's stay away from soapboxes for a little while. And
We have surveyed the system.
Okay, that's a little unnerving. I'm never going to get used to it.
We have
But
surveyed the system.
did you now? Did you find anything good? See, it doesn't tell you that. It just says we've surveyed the system, and it's like, okay. Like, as an engineer, if someone came in to my office and said, "Hey, we did a thing," and I would look at them and say, "What's the thing?" And they would look at me like, "We don't know." I'd be like, "What was this about your paycheck?" Anyway, so we're pausing for a second. So now we've got enough what's called unity to get a tradition. This works a lot like the Civ 5 culture system in that you build up unity, which kind of doesn't make sense since we're a hive mind. So are we becoming more united even though we're one person who's actually multiple people? If your mind didn't just explode there, you didn't understand what I just said. Anywho. So there's a couple options here. Now expansion is a very powerful one. Oh wait, they actually have descriptions for things. There's only two possible states for the hive, growth or death. No, I do agree with that, grow or die. But just picking it gives colony development speed plus 100%, gives extra unity, makes things cheaper, starts with an extra colonist, spawning frenzy. Upon claiming a new nest, the breeder pods have a powerful instinctual compulsion to spawn at a frenetic rate. They typically die from the strain, but the birth of many fresh drones speeds the process of new world. So they have a giant... Okay, I think any adults in the audience will immediately realize what that's saying. Anyway, embiotic synapses. There's a miniature hyperspace shell, hardened for spaceflight. That could be cool. Blot out the stars, that just sounds epic. Well, purity. Anyway, so expansion's about expansion. Purity is about owning things. Prosperity is about, you know, prosperity. This is all about being kind of peaceful and economic growth. It's kind of the less economic version of this. This is all like flat statistical economic boosts. And yes, I know I'm going over them kind of quickly because I figure you're probably going to pause the video on YouTube or else... No, sorry to those guys on Twitch, but you're here for the entertainment value, not for, you know, reading. Eating alien props provides unity does not apply to robots. Does that mean I can't eat a robot? What if you want to eat a robot? What's robot even taste like? I don't know. Probably somewhat metallic, but who knows. Anywho. Here's that's... Wow, that's intense. Anyway. So I'm just going to go over and just kind of hover over each of these for the sake of those of you who are going to be watching on YouTube, so that if you're interested in the game, you're welcome to, you know, stop, read them, have a chuckle. Any that are particularly good, I will, you know, hover over. Discovery is about science. Now, there's three schools of thought, really, that I've run into in this game for the beginning. Expansion is life. That's one line of thinking. It works pretty well most of the time, but it has its drawbacks, predominantly in the form of, you know, you can only grow so much before you hit a brick wall that is everybody else. Then there's the school of thought that says you go prosperity first, because the better your economy is, the better you can do everything else, and the cheaper costs means you can expand faster. So these two kind of are debatably two sides of the same coin. Then there's discovery, which is all about science. This is one of those ones you either pick up first or last, and there really isn't a question. Because, first off, anomalies only can show up when you're surveying. The 10% research speed when you finish it is never bad, but the anomaly buff is only really relevant at the beginning. Then the actual ideas, like a lot of them are about like survey speed, combat evasion. Planetary sampling is a big one because it gives a lot of science. And I mean a lot of science. I know it only sounds like a tenth of our monthly gain, but you get 3 science ships out, and they'll probably survey 11, 12 planets a month between the 3 of them if you have them running rapidly and efficiently. So that can turn into basically doubling your science output, potentially more than that. Mind link, never bad. More research alternatives, because the way this game deals with science is that you literally get a random spletch of you get to invest in one of these ideas, which is kind of realistic. It's not like you're going to have a tech tree to life, Otherwise, if someone could find me the path that leads to, like, deep space travel and warp theory, I'd like to follow that path. Anyway. Leader experience gain, never bad. And this is assist research, which we'll get into later. So, discovery is all about science, and that's the route we may head down. Adaptability is, for everybody else, the diplomatic tree. For me, it's the let's eat more tree. Well, actually, let's eat less tree, in this case. Kind of. Just simply out of the fact of food output. Since I'm a hive mind that's premise is eating people, this normally would be able to form federations with other people. Well, forming federations for me is a pointless exercise because I can't form federations on account of the fact that we'd rather, you know, gnaw on your leg rather than, you know, talk to you. But who knows? And then, of course, habitability and terraforming cheapness, because adaptability is all about adapting the universe to your will, apparently. And then supremacy does exactly what you think it would do. Be superior. So, I'm debating between discovery and expansion right now. Let's go with discovery, because science is good. Science is always good. Science is your friend. Do. Okay. Let's push a little bit more time through before we have to cut again. So a regularly scheduled broadcast of World of Warships will be picking up relatively soon for anybody in the chat who's wondering. Right now we're just kind of in this nice calm, what is that? Military station, unidentified empire. That's different. Hi! Looks a lot like the International Space Station, but, you know, better, because it has a spinny thing, and spinny things are cool looking. And anybody who says that space is not about coolness factor, all I'm going to ask is then why are we going to Mars and not Venus? But that's a much longer argument for another video. It'll come up. Trust me, it'll come up. That's an Arctic world anyway, with an Arctic moon.
We have found an anomaly.
With unusual sonic activity. Just leave that alone. Ooh. We've detected the presence of an alien civilization on Cartwell's station in the Sivhonis system. They appear to be in the early space age, as evidenced by the many primitive satellites orbiting their homeworld. Their nation-states are on a path towards joining together in a global government. It is likely only a matter of time before they venture beyond their world to join the galactic community. They're a threat. They're like right about where Earth is now. Maybe a little bit past that, because they're in a post-globalist society, apparently, if they're starting to get to the point where they're actually acting like a global government and not just having a powerless UN that doesn't do anything. Or doesn't have any actual power, I should say. Interesting. Are they yummy? I don't know what that is.
Technology
but
conceived.
Oh, well, that's fun. Let's pick a new research. Gene clinics. Growth rate. Growth rate's always good. And it's a biology research. Contact report primitives. The scientific community received reports of intelligent life. They may not be capable of spaceflight, but the aliens just note there's an excellent opportunity to study society, perhaps not unlike the ones we previously had nature remains of. We just ate people. I don't know what you're talking about. What ancient ruins? We went around and nommed. Also, prominent xenologists note? There's only one of us. Oh well. Good for you, Stellaris. Need to update some things. Anywho, I think this is a half-decent spot to put a cut in. So we will pick up again tomorrow sometime. Don't quite know when yet. Maybe same time, maybe same place. We'll find out then. Anyway, talk to you in the next video.